Bitcoin grasped to hold 40K. Aren't there a lot of probabilities? We can see price fall to mid to low 30s. Yeah, there is. Bitcoin, crypto, morning tea. Hey. Good morning, everybody. My name's pianomattyb. That is Scaramucci's. This is your morning tea. A brief glimpse into the crypto markets where the sun's shining, where the winds blow. All the humble opinion of this piano Zamboni ringing the The FOMO index has dropped down to 55 from yesterday's 56. Bitcoin dominance is 50%. 24-hour volume is 41 billion. The overall market cap is 1.6 give or take 100 million. Well, it was a quiet weekend for the Bitcoin stablecoin as we searched for a pulse or some subtle sign of life. We were finally spooked by a rush of life to the downside, mind you. After recovering from Friday's dip down to 40.3, we spent the majority of the weekend stuck in this tight rut, mincing words, at 41.6 until the 20 moving average seduced us and took our eye off the prize, and we failed to hold support 41.4 and continued down, finding a bottom and a bounce at 40.6 and has feathered up slightly to a time of production 40.7, firmly pressed under all three moving averages and outside our channel of eternal monotony. We are now in our old autumn channel of eternal monotony, which has a few key levels to watch. First is, of course, the CME gap down at 39.6, which we've been droning on and on about ad nauseum for months now. Feeling a bounce from there, another key level is 39K-ish, a rather psychological level with a little bit of history, and then of course our channel support, which is way down at 37.5. Now, what I don't like about this autumn channel is that there isn't a lot of volumatic history or support. This was a time where price action was in a rising channel, so we didn't hammer out any real levels of support. So it could be a perfect storm for an epic dump. And don't forget this cute low bear flag also plays out to 36.8, which is below this channel. So let's just say we're going to want to see a quick recovery back up and into our channel of eternal monotony, 41.4. Now over on the ding dong, you can see we have broken out of our bear flag and are currently setting up camp in our new channel. And as you can see, there's almost zero volumatic support here. We climbed this channel and forgot to put hooks in the wall. So if we fall fast and hard. Quick look at the Wookiee. Sees we did close last week's candle ran with a pseudo spinning top type of candle signaling some market equilibrium, but unfortunately we have continued down, so the bears rope-a-doped the bulls into a fake out. Some confluential levels to keep our papers on are at this channel support, which is, yes, you guessed it, the CME gap of 39.6, which is also this chart's 23.6% fib, which puts us at an octa bearish word score that a dad alert on the Wookiee? Yes, it is. A cautionary tale of the MACD heading south across bearish for the first time since July, where we saw a 15% drawdown before she crossed back bullish. So where would a 15% drawdown from here take us? Well, that would be 34.4-ish. Shut your mouth. And would you look at that, my friends? The sun's up. It's another beautiful day here on planet Earth. A day none of us are guaranteed. We're not guaranteed these days, yet we're lucky enough to have them anyway. So get out there and knock 'em dead. And remember, we're playing the same games, or the psychopathic elected elites. That's right, it's the long game. So zoom out and have a fantastic day. And we'll be going live right away, so grab yourself a coffee. Join me for a quick one, and by all means, sing it with me now. Out on the banks of boom dash bang, Bitcoin, crypto, morning tea. Hey, boy. Cha-cha-cha-ching. I find the toughest part in this waiting game, if it were, is the fact that it takes me out of the concept of living in the moment. So we end up wanting time to move fast. We want, the halving to come. We want rates to be cut. We want all these things to happen in the future that denies us the moment we're in right now. And believe me, this is the moment. These are the good old days. You think about what your life is right now. You literally have the ability to do anything you want right now. There will come a time in your life where in the future you won't be as healthy, you won't be as energetic, you won't have the means. You'll be older, you won't be as young. All these things will fade away, and you will look back at this moment right now, and you'll be like, oh man, I'd give anything to be back in that moment. So when I'm always wanting these things to come faster, I always have to remember that these are the good old days, and to just be thankful for what you have now. Because when you start throwing out these this mycosis, my needs, my wants, my time, my health, my job, what is stopping me from doing the things I want to do right now? My needs, my wants, my health, my job, my relationships, my family, my finances, this mycosis, right? We have to just live in the moment and enjoy what we have now, because we're not guaranteed these days. You could spend the rest of your life just wanting for these things to happen, and you just might not get there. But we're here now, and that's what's most important. Randy, Miss Teen Crypto. Oh, damn it, I forgot to give you that thing yesterday. You know what? Here's a funny story, Randy. I told Randy I would give her the intro for a sound check. And I was going to do it this weekend and try to get a good one down, right? Because it's always live, and I don't know how good it's going to be. And then Saturday we butchered it for the first time. I mean, I can't remember the last time we butchered it. Maybe when I was working it out. So if you go back to like old streams, it wasn't always like that. That was those who have been with us since the beginning have seen the segments grow. Like, it didn't start like with that song, sound check, baby, it's a sound check. It grew, and there were errors, and we kind of molded it into what it is now. But sure enough, we went to do a really good take. We got a really good take for Randy, and we screwed it up. But I'll go looking for. I'll just take last week's Randy, and I'm sure it's good enough. But as a musician, as a singer, you hear anything pitchy, you're like, that's pitchy. I can't show that. But regardless, we'll get you that one. What a morning in the charts. Like when I went to bed, which was, let's say, 8 o'clock last night. That was early, isn't it? And it was 41.2 or 3. One Hit Wonder, been with you since BitBoy. Thanks, One Hit Wonder. The BitBoy days. I don't know if people remember. A lot of people remember that now. That was 2 years ago, I suppose, already. And it was 41.6, right in this massive channel of monotony. Look at this. Look at this. Tell me that there was no movement without telling me there was no movement. You got that. And then we slipped onto the 20 moving average and boom, all the way down. That's when I woke up. It was almost at the wick there. So continued bearish pressure. Like we drew this out a long time ago. This head and shoulders pattern. Plus there's this bear flag here. All this doesn't pan out well. But here's the thing. We are always on the cusp of some miscellaneous breakout. We don't know when this is why I don't advocate trading. So I've been asked, there's been some trading shows, will you come on the show and trade, right? And I don't like doing that for a couple of reasons. It's not a natural state of trading to be comparing your trades live. I know it's a good show. It's a fun show to watch, but for me, it wouldn't be a natural state of trading. And I also don't advocate that anyone actively trades unless they are hardcore pro. And I don't know any pros. Because when I say hardcore pro, you need to be so good that you're better than everybody else, including the insiders. Because you can be a top-notch trader, but if you're not better than the insiders will wreck you. So you can go months and years being a consistent trader, making, let's say, 60% of your trades are to the upside. That's a great record, mind you. Anyone who says that they're higher than that, I don't know. They kind of strike me as gamblers. So I've been around a lot of gamblers because I had a poker company. So I played a lot of poker and I listened to a lot of bad beat stories. And the one thing I knew about most gamblers is that they were huge liars, right? So they never lost, and you could always tell where the story was going. So if they started out the story with, so I'm sitting there with pocket rockets, or, I got cowboys on the turn, right? So the thing is, they're always going to have a bad beat story, but at the end of the journey of the story, they're going to tell you, luckily though, in the last half hour, I managed to break even. So I didn't lose, right? They never lose any money, yet they don't have any money. That's the story of the most gamblers I've ever known. I've only really known one successful poker gambler, and he was a really smart guy. He's a actuarian, and he was a modest. His win loss was modest. It was I think he went for 56% of the time he wants to win. And if he has a conservative betting strategy, which he did, he would come out on top. And, more or less he did. I didn't really question his outcomes because it wasn't so crazy as the other gamblers I knew. He was like, yeah, I win 90% of the games I play, I win. Like, no, okay. Anyone tells you they win 90% of their trades, you can also kind of go, okay. Not to say that there might be, and maybe those are the hardcore pros. But then again, the last little caveat to traders is that the hardest core pro traders I ever knew, and it was only one, you never saw him. He was like it was like a mole. He just stayed in his massive house in the basement, and he traded 24/7. And guess what? Eventually, he went broke, because all it takes is one. You take your eyes off the wheel, off the road for that 1 second. You can go years. You make one wrong turn. You forget to put that stop loss in. Who knows? You put a stop loss in 1,000 times before. The phone rang and you didn't put in the stop loss. Boom, he got wrecked. And this was the most successful trader I ever knew. Huge weirdo, socially inept, he managed to keep a family together somehow without. Yeah, Randy, join my group. We hit 80% of trades. Yes, if only. Like if people hit 80% of the trades, no one would work, right? Everyone would just be in that group trading. I wanted to take a look at why this channel here. We're in our autumn channel. And the reason I call it the autumn channel is that it was in autumn when we were in this channel back in fall, July, the end of summer into, I guess right here, fish if you would. Right here is about December. Is that December? Come on. Yeah, it's December. So right up here was our fall channel, and the reason why we could see a fast drop down to these ungodly numbers is that there's really no volumetric support anywhere. There wasn't. We just kind of went up. We went up recklessly all the way up, and we never really stopped. Had a couple dips down here, and you can see how this confluence here. We've this. 40K. It's just psychological too that we stop here. But if we break that, there's not really a lot of floor to hold us. And it's better represented on the ding dong here on the daily chart, because you can see here, this is that reckless abandon. We just went straight up. We basically shot through this channel right up to basically 40K, and then we've been channeling ever since, save for these couple places here, but that's no big deal. So if we do fall down, there's a big drop. We could fall fast and we could fall hard. And of course, this bear flag goes beyond 37.5. Is this our support, 37.5? I believe it is. Yes, 37.5, right? And so this bear flag plays out to slightly below. And you can see, look, I wish I had that John Travolta guy doing that thing. I should build that into an asset I can bring here. We just went straight up. We didn't put any hooks in the walls, as we climbed that mountain. We forgot to put those hooks. What are they called? Those are the brackets or hooks or pins or whatever. And so if we fall, there's nothing holding us. There's no real support on the way down. Just fast and hard. Will Bird says might be the last chance to buy Bitcoin below 40 ever. Anchors, that's what it is, Brendan. Yeah, we didn't put any anchors. I see these Fortnite NPC players waiting for the channel. We didn't put any anchors in the wall. So when we fall, it'll be fast. Dry-end it's just more time for accumulation. I mean, we've waited this long, right? Yeah, that's what I think we all anticipated maybe the upside to this bull market would start fast and furious with ETF. And it looks like it hasn't. So let's just pretend that ETF didn't happen. There's really nothing that's preparing us for what's data alert. I'll get to data alert in a second. There's nothing propelling us up until the halving. There's nothing. There might be a couple FOMC meetings, but no real huge fundamentals besides the halving. So save for the ETF come and gone, 40.7, we're dumping a bit. Save for the ETF come and gone, we're just really in a waiting pattern. That's why, go back to living in the moment and make sure you appreciate how good you feel right now, how healthy you are, how young you are, because time is fleeting. It's the one thing we don't understand, that and exponential growth. That's the two flaws in the human brain, concept of time and exponential growth. What was I talking about here? What's a DAD alert mean? DAD is not an acronym. Where am I here? Didn't come up. Oh, it's not bringing up my comments anymore. Last one was anchors. So we have Drock Roxit says, what's DAD alert mean? And when he put in DAD, he put it as an acronym. Here it is. He put it in as an acronym. It's not an acronym. It's basically a DAD alert. It's just a friendly reminder that there may be some warnings coming in the market. It's just it's a shtick really on the channel I use. Instead of saying, hey, look out, I say DAD alert. Do I have the sound for DAD alert? I don't want to press any of these buttons here because I forgot what they mean. This is laugh, I think. Oh, this is it. Can you hear that? That's the dad alert button. I don't know. Sometimes I press these buttons, I can hear it, but you can't hear them. That's the dad alert, and it is on the weekly. The dad alert is, let's move this up here so everyone can see it. We are about to fish, if you will, cross bearish on the MACD. And of course, the last time we crossed bearish, which was the beginning of July. You can hear it? Okay, everyone can hear it. Perfect. Can you hear laughter? It's subtle. It's subtle. Like my humor. Subtle. That a dad alert? Yes, it is. Classic dad alert, XRP A11Y. So last time she crossed bearish, look at Gary Gensler right in the middle of it. You're always blocking everything, Gary Gensler. I can't even show where the MACD crossed bearish. Isn't that how she goes? Leave it to Gary Gensler to block. I guess I could turn him off, but can you really turn Gary Gensler off? Nah, he'll just have to retire into his golden parachute job at JP Morgan for $10 million a year for a no-show job. Anyway, we went down 15% here before we crossed bearish again. Yeah, I'm looking at you, Gary. So if we were to go, maybe I'll draw this in. Why not? So we have this for future reference. If we were to go 15%, we'd go kaboom, boom, 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 down to 34.4, which is in this vicinity where we drew this long time ago. It makes sense because that's the 20 moving average. And like I said before, I always say cruise ships stay close to the shore when they're sailing. They don't really go that far out. And if you're up at night, which I was because I dealt in the casino. Morning, Scotty Mo. So I was up late on the cruise ship. Every time I looked out on the deck, I could see the shore. So what happens with price action is that every time we get, I'm going to get rid of these Fortnite guys. Every time we go away from the 20 moving, just picture this as the shore, right? This 20 moving average is the shore. Moving averages in general are like the shore. Once we get too far off the shore, the captain has to go, wow, we got to move this boat back towards the moving averages because that's what moving averages tell us. So if we follow this 20 moving average up to around here, that's 39.6. That's in a couple of weeks. So will we essentially, we've just been kind of floating down, right, to 39.6. And Lord love a duck, if we just fill that CME gap and get on with our lives, everything would be a lot better. But it doesn't seem like she wants to. Gets closer and closer. We haven't even broken 40K. So once that happens, I think it'll be a real quick snap if we manage to break down 40K. Discover Crypto. Is that DZ? DZ, is that you? DZ? Is that you? Or is that Nicky Diamonds Diamante? So yes, if we were to, we will eventually come back. Like the ship will come back to shore. So imagine the 20 moving average as the shore. This ship that's been away from the shore will come back. And it looks like she might hit right around that 39.6. But to me, it feels like if this happens in a couple weeks, then we've just been boredom city, mincing words here for a couple weeks. So I don't know. Should we get Duke out here to sing some? Where did my mute button go? Uh-oh. We're going to have to do it manually. Let's get Duke out here. It's Nicky Diamonds Diamante. Scotty Mo, Boca Raton. I can't quit you, Maddie. That's hilarious. Well, thanks for tuning in this morning. Nicky Diamonds Diamante. He can sing some shout-outs while Larry Fink looks on. I hear him now. He goes to a new school. I took him out of the private school. He went back to public school for this last half of the year, so he gets an extra half an hour of sleep. Smash the like button, you fool, says Nicky Diamonds Diamante. My voice cracked there. You couldn't hear it. Or maybe you did. Every time I think it's going to. Salt and the Salt says, I want to break 40K so bad. Hey, buddy. How you doing? We're going to do some shout-outs here. There we go. Let's go. Okay. Let's start with Miss Teen. Let's get some sweet reverb on your voice there. Miss Teen Crypto.
Hi, Miss Teen Crypto.
Scotty Mo.
Scotty Mo.
Nikki Diamonds DeMonte.
Nikki Diamonds DeMonte.
And Carl Elder.
Carl Wender.
And Troy N.
Troy and
Sneaky Pete Vaporizers.
Sneaky Pete Vaporizers.
David Sony Music.
David Sony Music.
And Terry Crow from Kansas City.
Terry Crow.
Sarah S. in California.
Sarah S.
California.
in California.
And what about Misco?
Misco.
Can you think of anyone off the top of your head, Duke?
Big Jim's Wiener Dog.
Big James Wiener? Oh, yeah, sure. How about Mario Cantonese?
Mario Cantonese.
And XRP A11Y.
XRP.
Holy smokes, Duke. We got a super chat from Retro Mike Tech. You want to sing a little super chat song from Super...
Who's it for?
It's for you, Retro Mike Tech.
Isn't it for you?
Wow. In the end, isn't it all for you? Let's do it. Let's do sing a super chat for Retro Mike Tech. $4.99 super chat. Go for it, buddy.
Wait, what?
Go like this. Watch. Retro Mike Tech gave us a super chat. We want to thank Retro Mike Tech for that super chat. You pushed the mic, isn't that? You pushed the mic away from me. I didn't get that sweet reverb. Thank you, Retro Mike Tech, with the deceptive C-sharp major 7th chord. Okay, one more. BC Elf and Hassan Pfeffer.
BC Elf.
Hassan Pfeffer.
Hassan Pfeffer.
Whoa, John Foster Crypto.
John Foster Crypto.
And Discover Crypto.
Discovered Crypto.
There you go, perfect. Hey, are you bullish or bearish?
Bullish.
How come? Explain, please.
I don't know.
You don't know why? Just the feeling you get in the back of your head? Okay, sing us out, buddy.
We're playing the same game as our Lego collected our leads.
Whoa. Are you all right there?
That's right, it's a long game. So zoom out and have a fantastic day. Around the banks of boom to spec Bitcoin, crypto, more than tea.
Oh, 40.5 too. She's dumping. Thanks. Thanks, Dick. Wonderful job. Perfect pitch. Thank you for tuning in, everybody. Hey, Randy, Miss Teen Crypto goes live in about 15 minutes. Head over to her channel and check it out. We'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Make sure you like and subscribe and share this